I am an everyday mother. So I've been reading a lot lately and just a ton of different books, whatever I can get my hands on. A lot of self-help books or motivation, books about money, books about all sorts of different things. Just totally loving it. And one of the things I've been reading about, I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and it's about what the things that rich parents teach their kids that poor parents don't teach their kids. And it's all about how this guy was taught about money from his friend's dad, and just different ways he taught them lessons about things. And one of the things he says is that when you are in trouble, that's when your brain starts working to think of a way to get out. So if you don't have enough money, that's when all of a sudden it kicks in where your mind starts going, okay, how can I get this money? How can I get this money? How can I get this money? So that's a way that they use to get their mind going is by sometimes getting themselves in a spot where they have to be creative enough to get themselves out of it. So I thought that was interesting. Today, while I was, I made the younger two lunch, and then the older two, I said, just go ahead and go make whatever you want. So my 6-year-old, my 7-year-old made a sandwich, had it, done, whatever, no big deal. My 6-year-old, who is the second child, and I don't know if you guys have this with your second child, they tend to act a little more unable to do things. And, the first child usually has a ton of responsibility and acts very responsible, and the second child kind of tends to act like can't do anything for themselves. And a lot of times I give in, either out of, oh, maybe they really can't, or out of, you know what, just I don't want to hear you whine, let's just get it done, or I don't want you to make a mess, I'll just help you, or whatever. And so today that came to my mind, and it came to my mind about how often we say, I can't, I can't, I can't, I can't, I can't, when really that's not the truth. Really the truth is you can, and when you tell your brain you can't, you're really not going to be able to do it. So instead of bailing him out, I just said, you know what, when you get hungry enough, you'll figure it out. And just went and sat down, and he knew I meant business, and that I was totally serious. I wasn't going to help him out. I didn't care how long he cried for. I figured that when he got really hungry, he already knows where all the ingredients are. He would figure it out and make himself a sandwich. And sure enough, I don't even think it took more than 2 or 3 minutes before he had toasted his bread and had mayonnaise and did the mayonnaise. I mean, this was like a gourmet sandwich that this 6-year-old pulled out of nowhere. I thought to myself, how often do I do this? How often do I allow them to say I can't? When really I should be saying, use your problem-solving skills and figure it out. And when you get desperate enough, your brain's going to kick in and you're going to figure something out. And so I just wondered how often I do. I know when I was growing up, I was the 7th out of 8, and then my little brother was 8 out of 8. And so I am pretty sure, I hate to call you out on this one, little bro, but I'm pretty sure he didn't know how to butter his own toast until he was like 17, right? Because he's the baby. And I will not lie, I pulled out a very innocent, I don't know how to do this, Mom. And my mom, being the very responsible go-getter type personality that she is, her instinct would kick in and just do it. And I totally took advantage of that. I'm not going to speak for my brother, but I'm going to guess that maybe that was the case for him as well. So, up until the end of my high school year, I didn't know how to wash laundry. I would, in fact, probably into college, because then I just went to my grandma's house, who has the same personality as my mom. I would just say, I don't remember, how much soap do I put in? Which button do I push? And that was just enough to freak them out, thinking that I would ruin it all, to just go ahead and kick in and do it, right? And I think my kids are learning that. I think my kids know exactly which terminology to use with me to get me to kick in my motherly instincts and just do it. So anyways, I just thought that was really interesting, and and I need to find more ways to teach my kids responsibility. So that's what I'm learning right now. I'm learning how to change my way of thinking, and in turn, hopefully, instill those same vocabulary into my children's thinking, and come up with some creative ways to actually get them to apply them in their lives. I love how in Rich Dad Poor Dad, this dad came up with all these ways to teach these kids the lessons that they needed to learn, and I can't use those exact same examples because we're in different situations. This man ran tons of businesses and could put these kids to work. So I need to think of my own creative ways of getting these kids to learn about money and to teach them responsibility, to teach them correct vocabulary, to where they can do it and to where they understand the importance and the value of hard work, and training their mind to always just be ready to do whatever they need to do and to just get it done.